So here's how we put clay on the doll, and what I like to do is get some Pro Sculpt clay. This is our light shade, and it's important that you really knead it well. This helps to get all the particles inside the clay to be thoroughly mixed and kind of activated again. It just will help the clay bake properly and make sure that it hardens as it needs to. It looks like I had a little piece of another color sitting right there on top of my clay pile, so it's a good thing I noticed that, or it would have made a big streak. Anyway, it doesn't take very long. If you have a pasta machine or one of those clay smashers, you can, I think it's called the Never Knead or something like that, you can use those as well. But it really doesn't take long by hand either. If it's hard on your hands, just start with a smaller piece. Like, you can just start with a smaller amount and then just work up. It can actually be kind of soothing. You know how they make special kneadable stress toys and stuff? You just kind of pretend that's what you're doing right now for a little bit. Okay, first of all, I don't know where these little Angelina fibers came from, but they are haunting me, so I'm going to try to get those out of my way. And then we can start putting clay on this baby. Okay. That one came with a little bit of an arm piece all ready to go. Wasn't that nice? Okay, the good thing about working small like this is that this is going to be covered with clay really quick, and it's not going to take very much clay either. Now I kind of want to see where she's at. There we go. Body-wise. Yeah, I think I'll go the whole way. I was thinking maybe cutting her legs shorter, but that still may be a possibility. We'll see. I like how that face turned out. I'll have to do a little bit of sanding. I trimmed one of her eyelids just a little bit and kind of left a mark. But if that still looks weird, I'm going to just use a little bit of acetone. Especially if there's a little bit of a scrape on there, because acetone will actually eat the clay just a little bit, and occasionally it can be a desirable thing if you're trying to smooth out a mark in it or something like that. Okay, I'm going to put another piece down here on the leg. Right there I can see a little moonie. You'll be able to see just a light circle in the clay. And you want to take care of those. Open it up and get that air out of there, if you ever see them. Okay, so for right now I'm just trying to get this clay on here evenly. I haven't done one so tiny for a while. This is kind of exciting. So what I'm doing is I'm doing my regular projects for Patreon, so we'll be doing a custom awesome doll each month. Some of that was so I can get myself sculpting again too, because as I've expanded the businesses and had a lot of craziness in my own life personally, it's fallen out, you know, it's fallen out. I've done sculpting, but I've done it more in a workshop setting or under pressure in some way, like on live TV, you know, that's another way, and it's wonderful to do. I love teaching it, I really do, but you know, you also need sculpting just for you. And so I figure with these videos, I'm still just alone in my art studio, which is just a room in our basement that we've kind of decorated up, but it's awesome. I love to be down here, and even though I put these videos out to share with you, I can still just kind of get my little fix of Zen time and just feel the clay in my hands, feel how good it feels to create something that ends up being adorable eventually. Even in the beginning when it's not that adorable, it will come in time. It really does. So let it be fun. The whole process is fun, because it's a lot more fun now that I used to sculpt in a way that was not beautiful. Like the journey has been really neat to go on. So If you're just at the beginning of that journey, just remind yourself, hey, I'm just at the beginning. This is how it is, and it's gonna get awesome as I keep just putting time into it and keep holding that vision strong. So that's what I would tell you if you are beginning. And I would also say welcome, because this is so dang fun, and I'm so glad you found us. You must have done something right in your life to find a hobby that's so awesome like this, and such a good environment that we have, like the whole sculpting community, the doll maker groups. They're just really good, friendly, loving people. I was kind of scared to death to do workshops in the first place because I get shy, you know. I'm like most people who are artists, they've got an introverted side too, but it was so fun to just connect with other people that they're so like-minded and just creative, and you know, get so happy and excited about the sculpting too, and it's really fun to share that. Because I know for most of you, as the case was for me for a long time, you're solitary, right? You're just a lone sculptor. And because there's not a whole lot of us, especially the polymer clay artists and the figurative artists like that, we're kind of rare, and so it's really fun when we have a chance to get together. That's why when we do the doll shows and the different events, especially the workshops, are really fun, because then we have several days that we get to really know each other well, and you always go home friends, you know, you've made acquaintances and expanded your world just a bit. And also it usually really helps people with their confidence level. So we're starting to do those workshops again, and we'll get them going monthly as well. So it's been really fun to do, and definitely want to have that be something we keep in the mix of things. All right, so you can see I'm just kind of slowly moving down her body. I'm going to twist this again. So it's kind of loosened up. Let's see, was I twisting it the right way? Yes. And that's a little bit annoying, but we're almost to the point of covering it. Let's see, this part kind of came undone, so I have to, there we go. All right, so this video is not really part of my regular scheduled dolls for this month. I just wanted to get this little cutie made. So I wanted to just give those eyes a try after I was sculpting that pixie. That pixies are not my forte, let's just say that, okay? But so I wanted to go, okay, I wanted to see how it works for like a more regular looking face and make sure I've still got it, right? So that was fun to do that little face. And I really like how she turned out too. These eyes, they're made by Sherry Nielsen. See how cute they are? And they're the ones that we're using in this little pixie thing that we're doing. That's how mine turned out. She's kind of scary, but she'll be cute with her hair on. Let's see, okay. So some of it now is that I've done bodies for so long that I just kind of know where things go, and so that's handy when you're sculpting. When you're teaching it, it's good to have, like I just, right here, I just have one of my old patterns available, because this is about the same size as what this little mermaid was on here. So I'm trying to decide how long I want her legs exactly, because I want her to, I think I want them shorter than what this thing is. Let me put her head on again, because I mean, it's going to be kind of accurate, but honestly I'm going for the cuteness more. And so I want her head to be big, yeah, and I want her legs to only be that long. I want her to have a little bit shorter legs, so it's a little bit more character-y than accurate and anatomically correct. Okay, I gotta go find my wire cut. Nope, here there. Ta-da! Maybe just give it just a little bit, just in case. About right there too on the other guy. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take the clay down on that, because I don't want that paper tape bugging me. Same here, just pinchy pinchy. Okay, So you can see I'm tempted to start shaping, right? But I'm gonna try to first get all these little lines smoothed in. Okay. You can see it hardly took any clay. I mean, I think we're going to be using less than 2 ounces on this, which is like a regular block that you buy in the store. All right. So right here I want this to kind of bow out a little bit more to show the muscle on that thigh. That might be too much, but like I've said before, I usually like to put a little bit more clay on the doll than is necessary, because that way, especially if I'm going to be handling it a lot and it's going to get all linty and oils from my hands on it and just starts looking dirty and I don't like it. So I usually do clay a little bit thicker on the body so I can go through it with an X-Acto blade and shave it down. Do I do that to the whole doll? Yes. Usually I do. Does it take a while? Probably about a half hour usually. I will usually sit there and just scrape away at it because I don't like the lint. And I do a lot of things to try to keep the lint out. I'll go through them quickly for you. And we talk about this in every workshop that I do. We want to dress in light color clothing if you can. Like rather than black, you know, you want to wear light clothes. White is ideal. You want to have a washcloth nearby or a cloth for drying your hands that's white as well. When you sit down to sculpt, you should have some scrap clay that I usually call dirty clay. Mine's right here. I sit down, run it through my hands like this. That way, at least the excess lint that's already on my hands is going to be put into this dirty clay rather than into my nice clean clay here. So those things, and then, you know, it's good to do it as you go too. It just really depends how you're feeling right now. Like I might stop here and there to get some, but since I'm going to be doing it a lot at the end, I'm just going to probably mostly do that. Okay, so that looks better now. It's going to go in here.